Alright, so I'm gonna hope that my AirPods help, AirPod helps the recording process a little bit. I just tried recording, but I only got a few minutes in, and it was a little bit iffy. So this is gonna be a July monthly reading for Scorpios. I'm planning on doing every sign, and doing all of their monthlies within the next week. So just doing a little Palo Santo here before we get started. I'm new to YouTube, new to all of this world of editing and whatever, so I'm probably not going to edit this very much, if at all. Alright. So, I read quite a bit differently than most people. My name is Erin. I am Scorpio Intuition on Etsy. I've had that shop since 2019. Just give you a little background on me. But I've been reading tarot for a bit longer than that. And I am, if you want to give it a label, I'm clair empathic and claircognizant. Means I feel things, and then sometimes I just know things. So it's kind of difficult to explain to people, but I do study tarot, the traditional meanings, and I go off of those. But I also, and that's Marseille style. I also do Rider-Waite-Smith, and I do a lot of like numerology. But I also use the tarot as almost like a trigger to any thoughts or feelings that I get. So sometimes, some people will see a card, know what that card means, and then I say something different, or just different variation of it. And if I do that, then that's why. Alright? So, what are we going to start out with? Let's see. I do have 1,000,001 tarot decks. So, I think I'm going to start out with my brand new guy. I got this new Cosmic tarot deck, and I love it. It's so gorgeous. Like, these cards. For anybody else who just loves tarot. Alright. So, enough show and tell. Let's, so as I started saying, I do read tarot quite a bit differently than most people. Most people will shuffle however they shuffle, cut the deck, pick a few cards, go off of that. I am a bit of a chaos reader, so what I do is I shuffle a ton, and then I will just shuffle the cards in my hand until cards come out on their own, and then those are the cards that I read with. Alright, so you're going to have to bear with me with all the shuffling. I apologize for that if it's a little annoying, but that's just the way that I get my messages most accurately. Alright, this is going to be a love reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to do. Alright. So what's going on with Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of July 2021? Scorpios, month of July 2021. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, July 2021. Alright. So we got a few cards that flung all over the place. And yes, I vape. I'm sorry. We're gonna do it. So I think we got them all. Clear off some of these decks real quick before we get into this. Okay, so And you notice that you may have noticed that I picked a card from the middle, and sometimes I'll look at the middle or the bottom of the deck only when I feel like I should, only if I get an urge to do it. I don't always do it. So the center of the deck and the bottom. All right. This right here is the Two of Cups at the center. All right, the Two of Cups, but it's in reverse. All right, so you guys may be dealing with some sort of a breakup, some sort of a separation, okay? Especially because we've got the Sun or the Knight of Cups with the Five of Swords here. It's like, that's a pretty painful, difficult separation here that you guys may be dealing with. And it's interesting because I feel like there's a big part of you that wants to persevere, all right? You really want to fight and make this work. There's a huge part of you that wants to do that. And it's kind of like you're really trying to figure out a plan with the Two of Wands. So you're really trying to figure out like some sort of plan of action to make this work. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's worked so far. There's a good chance that you guys were together for some length of time, or at least that you knew each other for a while. Man, yeah, because you got the Four of Wands. I feel like there was a solid foundation to this relationship, okay? And for some reason, the two of you just could not work together. There was a lot of defensiveness, a lot of you feeling like you needed to protect yourself, and just there's something in your intuition, something inside of you is just telling you like, hey, it's not possible. But then there's another side of you that's saying, I want it to be possible. All right, let me see. I want to see what the court issues are for this relationship here. What are the main issues within this relationship here? Problems in this relationship. Alright, so there's definitely some lying going on. Yeah. Alright. There was definitely some lying going on. Somebody was very dishonest. Could be them, could be the other person. But I honestly feel like it was mutual. Don't come after me for this. It doesn't have to be that you were like cheating, being this big deceitful prick. It could just be that you weren't telling them how you were feeling, and there just wasn't good communication there. It was probably a very passionate relationship in the beginning. You guys probably felt very connected, and that's why this was so difficult when it stopped working. Okay? When it stopped working, it really stopped working. Like, we've got the World reversed, we've got the Ten of Swords, we got the Eight of Cups reversed, we got the Eight of Wands reversed. And a big issue here is that you know it's not supposed to work. You know it can't work. It's not going to work. At least, I mean, this isn't for everybody. If it's not your story, it's not your story, okay? But for these people that know that it's just not supposed to happen, it's not meant to be, you know that. But at the same time, you're fighting it and you're refusing, just like refusing, okay, to move forward. It should be like that. That would be, we're moving forward, we're starting over, but it's like this. All right, so it's like, you know it can't work. You're probably in separation right now, or you're just very, very strained in your relationship. But either way, it's just like, it's just not happening, and you're really fighting it. It's like, logically, maybe even your intuition is saying like, no, move on, you know, keep it moving, don't waste time on this. But then at the same time, your heart is like, but I know that there's love there. I know that there's something there for me. You know? If Scorpio were to try and make it work with this person, is it possible that it could work out? Just want to see. Is it possible that it could work out between Scorpio and this person? Nope. Does not look it. Got the 8 of Wands in reverse. 7 of Wands in reverse. Mother of Pentacles reversed. So it looks to me like it just wouldn't, there wouldn't be any takeoff. Like you guys might be able to like come back together in some way, but it's just not healthy for you. You're both way too defensive, okay, and afraid to like be super vulnerable and let the other person in. And so yeah, so it would just 8 of Wands reverse again. It's just wouldn't lead anywhere good, unfortunately. Alright. Let's see advice for Scorpios. Advice for Scorpios in dealing with the situation so that they can move on and find a better situation. Advice for Scorpios in July so that they can move on from this relationship, from this situation, and find a better one. Okay. Yeah, like I said, sometimes I do this. Alright. Advice for Scorpios involved in this situation. Ooh. Alright. So, yeah. So this is the issue. Ooh. Okay. Here's the issue here. Alright. This makes sense. I feel like a lot of people will understand this. So, the issue here, you've got the Tower, okay, but it's reversed, and that is next to the 8 of Cups, like we had before, but we had the 8 of Cups reversed before. So, with the Tower reversed next to the 8 of Cups reversed next to the Devil in reverse as well. I'm just showing these cards because they're gorgeous. And then you'll believe that, what's actually coming out. Oh, and then the 8 of Swords came out along with that little stack. Alright, so it's telling me that you really need to move on, like you do. The 8 of Cups was in reverse before, which is the problem, which is a huge problem, and that's where you're currently at, which is you may have separated from this person, you may have moved out, you may have whatever, but you're not energetically separate yet. You're not separate enough to actually move forward to the next thing, right? And I feel like that's because with the Tower reverse, excuse me, you may have, like I said, you may have done some sort of separating, but you're refusing to actually let the whole thing crumble. You know, it's like there's a little bit of hope, there is a little bit of strength. Maybe you are broken up, but you're still seeing each other on occasion. Or you moved out, but you keep finding reasons to like go to each other's place or whatever, okay? Or maybe you're both completely separate. You've been separate for months, but neither one of you is dating anybody new, and you keep talking and saying I love you. Like, whatever your situation is, you know it's not healthy with the Devil here. You know it's not healthy, but there's still something connecting you guys. So, but you're still not being honest with one another, okay? You're really not. I do think it's important for you to have a conversation, okay, about what's holding you together. Because with the 8 of Swords here, there's a solid chance that it's an unhealthy, toxic bond, okay? And people talk about twin flames. Could be. It's overused. I don't know. But it's definitely a relationship where there was a lot of passion, there was a lot of love, and I think there still is a lot of love, and that's what's making it so difficult to move forward. But you are not able at this time to healthily be together, okay? You're not able to have a healthy, fulfilling relationship where you're both happy with it right now. And that's just the truth from what I'm seeing. And if you know that that's true, then you need to stop feeling so bad about it. Stop blaming yourself with Judgment in reverse. Stop trying to juggle the end of this relationship with trying to make the relationship work. It's like you're never going to be able to make the relationship work while you're not together, and you're also never going to be able to make it work, or not. You're not going to be able to move on from it while you're still clinging on to the hope that it's going to work. Okay, you really need to be able to move forward and get out of this energy. Like, even if you have hope for the future, even if you hope maybe someday we can be together, like, I'm not seeing any evidence that that's impossible, okay? But if that were to happen, it's going to be something that's going to take a while. All right, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So if there's a chance of you guys ever being together in the future, you need to, like, sever this romantic connection right now, okay? Because all you're doing is damaging and, like, clinging on to each other. You're just damaging yourselves and each other and any potential future that you could have, okay? So I know it's easier said than done, but that's what it looks like to me. All right, I'm going to do a couple of oracle cards for advice, and then we'll call it a day. All right, advice for Scorpios in this situation, please, July 2021. Advice for Scorpios. Alright. So, interesting. Hold on, I'm just getting a second deck. I just want to get a card or two out of here. Alright, so this is what we've got. It's just funny that we've got two cards that are very similar. We got, there's a solution for every problem. Whatever you choose will be correct. It's all in your head. Make peace with your past. Sacred action, decisive focus. And touching earth, planting something new. So if the tarot cards didn't tell you it harshly enough, because I'm a very blunt reader, like, I just don't believe that it's my job. I think that it's actually really unethical of me to change messages the way that they come in. And so sometimes I can come off as kind of blunt, and I'm sorry for that, I am. But I'm just going to call it as I see it. So if the tarot cards weren't blunt enough, the oracle cards definitely are cutting through the bullshit, all right? They're saying, whatever you choose to do, basically, if you choose to try and make it work, it's not that it's impossible. I do see it's going to be very difficult. Good chance of it leading into another unhealthy, toxic cycle. But that's your decision, you know? And there's a solution here regardless of which path you take. But either way, you need to make peace with the past of this relationship in order for you to move forward, or in order for you to try and make it work with this person, okay? But either way, you need to make peace with the past of this, all right? A lot of the stress, a lot of the struggle, a lot of the pain from this is coming from your head. I don't think that much is happening right now to actually hurt you. It's really just anxiety and overthinking. And it's important for you to really have decisive focus in making a decision. All right, you need to figure that out. Cut that cord, move forward, or talk to this person and make it work, okay? But you need to start over and start something new, all right? Clinging on to this old energy is not good for anybody, all right? So Let's see. Maybe one more card. Anything else maybe you missed? Anything else, Scorpios? All right. So it's important right now for you to be focusing on the home, your direct environment, and just being comfortable within that environment. Because whether you decide to make this work or whether you decide to move forward, being in emotional distress is really taxing on you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. It just is. It sucks, you know? So make sure that you're really comfortable at home. Make sure that, you know, if you like it to be kind of cluttered with books and stuff, make sure it's like that. Make sure that you have everything that's cozy around you. If you like it to be really clean and organized, go through, clean your house. Whatever it is, make sure that, you know, you feel at home, okay? That's also going to help you a lot. But yeah, so sorry it wasn't the most positive reading for my first YouTube reading officially, but you know, that's how Scorpios roll. I'm a Scorpio moon, Capricorn Sun, Scorpio moon, Cancer rising, so I know how it is, you know. Scorpios can have it rough sometimes, but you know, it's for a reason. You know, most Scorpios end up learning a lot of lessons way faster than other signs, so you know, it's hard, but we get you there. So, all right, good luck, guys. Have a good month.